Samachar primarily is an hardcore anti-establishment media organization. And for the past, in one line I tell you, for the past 30 years, they are continuously writing against Amit Shah, Modi, BJP, and they are like strongly against the misdoings of BJP and RSS. So it was this, vendetta which was accumulated into the hearts of BJP people, which they wanted to release someday. I see it that way. Gujarat Samachar being the leading newspaper, BJP also has no option but to give them certain ads. That's how the equation is. So it's like, even if you're like critical of me, to get the space used, I will have to come to your show. It was that kind of situation. But for the past 3-4 months, I'm like quite sure about that. I have my sources. They have been telling me that even due to we had the last assembly censor in the month of March, and even in the month of March, a couple of journalists associated with the group were telling me that they are not getting the ads. Gujarat Samachar was also getting, in response, quite aggressive, more aggressive than it has always been. So maybe this would be the trigger. Whether it is Pulwama, whether it is Pahalgam, whether it is scam implicating BJP leaders, BJP MPs, MLAs, ministers, whether it is something about Mr. Modi or Amit Shah, they will say what they want to say. They will not be shy. It is a bit better than Delhi. The kind of Godi media outlets we see in Delhi and Mumbai, Gujarat is a bit better, I would say. There is some space to raise your concerns, raise your interest, raise your voice in Gujarati newspapers, particularly, more than Gujarati news channels. So it's not that bad, I would say. And if you are consistently fighting on the streets, we also get some bit of coverage. Then there won't be much voice in the mainstream media. So definitely BJP would want, and there are people who've been saying that indirectly BJP is also trying to push Adani to purchase the Gujarat Samachar. I don't have any concrete evidence against that. That's what I've been hearing. That's a hearsay, right? So
you are hearing,
maybe on the part
right?
of there could be such.
What you are hearing, Jignesh, even Sagarika Bose has tweeted that, does it indicate a hostile takeover of Gujarat Samachar? She's tweeted that, and I was also wondering that can these reports be correct, and why would Adani be interested in taking over Gujarat Samachar, if at all? We do not have any confirmation as of now, but why? Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Enforcement Directorate on Friday arrested Bahubali Shah, the co-owner of Gujarat's largest daily, Gujarat Samachar, in connection with a money laundering case. Now, Shah, who's associated with more than 15 business entities, was taken into custody following raids at multiple locations linked to him. Now, Shah is also one of the directors of Lok Prakashan Limited, which publishes the Gujarat Samachar newspaper and GSTV channel. His elder brother, Shreyansh Shah, is the managing editor of the newspaper. And following his arrest, Shah was hospitalized after his health deteriorated, and the Federal Anti-Money Laundering Agency has yet to release an official statement detailing the reasons for the arrest. Now, Shah's arrest has triggered a major political storm, with the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party accusing the ruling BJP in Gujarat of misusing central agencies to intimidate and silence the media. So why has Bahubali Shah been arrested? Because there's a huge outpouring in his support that it is a move to silence the national media as well. It is just not about one Gujarat daily, because Gujarat Samachar was one of the leading anti-establishment voices. So joining me this evening is Gujarat MLA Jignesh Mevani. Thank you so much, Jignesh, for joining. It's wonderful to have you on the program on a subject like this. But what do you think is the major reason why Bahubali Shah was arrested?
See, Gujarat Samachar has covered me very well at times, and they have been critical as well. And that's what the job of a journalist is. Gujarat Samachar primarily is an hardcore anti-establishment media organization. And for the past, in one line I tell you, for the past 30 years, they are continuously writing against Amit Shah, Modi, BJP, and they are like strongly against the misdoings of BJP and RSS. So it was this, vendetta which was accumulated into the hearts of BJP people, which they wanted to release someday. I see it that way. Of course, it is not just Gujarat Samachar. Many YouTubers, journalists, writers, me, my Assam episode, I was arrested by Assam police for just a tweet. Many media people have been arrested. Even in Gujarat, one journalist, namely Dhaval Patel, was put under the charges of sedition. So this is not a new thing, but there a lot of anger, a lot of vendetta against Bahubali Shah and Gujarat Samachar group. Gujarat Samachar has been really, really, it has always been anti-establishment. It has always been anti-BJP. So I think it's very clear.
No, but do you see this as the falling out of the last bastion, which actually held fort? It was an anti-establishment voice. And after this, do you have any more anti-establishment newspapers or media outlets which are questioning the government on important issues?
Yeah, it could be the attempt on the part of the BJP government to, to stifle the voice of the probably the, I would not say the only, there are other groups as well, other media persons as well who have been writing and speaking against BJP and RSS. But Gujarat Samachar is definitely a leading organization, leading media organization. And if they are silent, then there won't be much voice in the mainstream media. So definitely BJP would want, and there are people who've been saying that indirectly BJP is also trying to push Adani to purchase the Gujarat Samachar. I don't have any concrete evidence against that. That's what I've been hearing. That's a hearsay, right? So
No,
it
you are
could
hearing
be
me
on the part of
right.
there could be such strategy.
What you're hearing, Jignesh, even Sagarika Ghosh has tweeted that, does it indicate a hostile takeover of Gujarat Samachar? She's tweeted that. And I was also wondering that, can these reports be correct? And why would Adani be interested in taking over Gujarat Samachar, if at all? We do not have any confirmation as of now, but why?
Adani, suppose Adani or any corporate house may not be interested in Gujarat Samachar or any media outlet for the sake of making money or for the sake of making profit. They have thousands of other businesses, but they want to kill these institutions so that there is no force of opposition left questioning Modi, Amit Shah, RSS, and BJP. That's what they could be aiming at. As I said, I don't have any evidence, but that's what we've been hearing. And जैसे कहते हैं हिंदी में कि आग लगी है तो कहीं ना धुआं ऐसे नहीं निकला है, कहीं ना कहीं आग लगी है. So that could be the case with Gujarat Samachar.
But
And I must tell you, for all
right.
your channel, that BJP, the Gujarat Samachar has exposed Modi government during the 2002 riots when the fake encounter cases took place, during the GSPC scam of 18,000 crore, the land grabbing by the corporate groups in Gujarat, particularly by the Adani and other corporate giants during the Vibrant Gujarat Global Investor Summit, and otherwise also have been handed over massive land parcels. So Gujarat Samachar has always been taking up all these cases. So maybe because of that, they were like, in search of something. And in case of BJP, like suppose if you take my case, I tweeted something with regard to Mr. Modi, and all of a sudden I see in couple of days Assam police coming in picking me up, and then they file a case of molestation against me. So if they get something, then they try to go after that individual or the organization so that they permanently keep silent.
Right.
But I don't think Gujarat Samachar is going to keep silent. Even if they make a couple of more arrests, Gujarat Samachar is Gujarat Samachar. It will remain Gujarat Samachar as far as I understand. And tomorrow, if I hold office, they will be writing against me as well.
Right. No, but what
That's
was
what
the latest?
temperament.
No, I'm saying that what was the latest trigger? What about the allegations of money laundering? That was a group involved in any sort of money laundering? Because there are reports and unconfirmed reports that
Genuinely not
they were.
aware of that. I'm genuinely not aware of that. What is the what is the case? What is the matter? But I had a word with a couple of journalists of the GSTV and Gujarat Samachar yesterday late night, and they've been saying the cases were already closed. There was no material. There were very weak kind of charge sheets were filed. There was nothing to be revealed in the charge sheet, and still all of a sudden one fine day they come with the ED and the income tax, and then they make this arrest. So they were also like kind of confused. So they also didn't have the answer why this happened. But I have come to know one thing. For the past 3 months or so, Gujarat Samachar was not receiving any ad from the Gujarat government or from the Bharat Sarkar. That's confirmed.
No, but were they getting ads earlier? Because if Gujarat Samachar has been known as one bastion
They were
which was
getting
anti-establishment,
some ads
what do you
earlier.
expect ads from
They
government?
were getting some ads earlier. Even if Gujarat Samachar keeps writing against BJP, Gujarat Samachar being the leading newspaper, BJP also has no option but to give them certain ads. That's how the equation
Right.
is. So it's like
Okay.
even if you're like critical of me to get the space used, I will have to come to your show. So it was that kind of situation. But for the past 3 4 months, I'm like quite sure about that. I have my sources. They've been telling me that even due to we had the last assembly census in the month of March, and even in the month of March, a couple of journalists associated with the group were telling me that they are not getting the ads. So Gujarat Samachar was also getting in response quite aggressive, more aggressive than it has always been. So maybe
Right.
this would be the trigger.
But you've been following Gujarat Samachar
Sorry
very
to
carefully,
interrupt.
and which is why I'm
Sorry to interrupt.
asking that what? No,
Sorry
but
to
was the
interrupt.
trigger? So did they report anything on Pahalgam? Pahalgam attack, ceasefire, the military strikes which happened.
Whether
Did
it
they
is
report anything on
Pulwama,
that?
Whether it is Pahalgam, whether it is scam implicating BJP leaders, BJP MPs, MLAs, ministers, whether it is something about Mr. Modi or Amit Shah, they will, they will say what they want to say. They will not be shy. Yeah,
But
so I
in
interrupted you a
general,
few seconds because I wanted to make a point, and the point was this. I've been observing how Amit Shah and Modi functions. I've been observing them for the past 25 years or so. And the kind of characters they always keep certain people, on the target point. And when there is a moment, when they feel that this is the weak moment of the leader or the media organization or some activist or some NGO, then they plan the attack. So, the strategy to target Gujarat Samachar may not be the recent one. It could be in the heads of Amit Shah and Modi for quite some time. Vendetta is one of the driving force of these two people.
right. So you are saying that this is purely political vendetta because of which Gujarat Samachar co-owner has been arrested.
Yes, yes, I think so. I think so.
Right. Okay, but now I want to
If they were
get a
towing the line,
contrast.
if they were giving the right kind of coverage as Modi and Amit Shah asked for, then this wouldn't have happened. They are not towing the line. They are not subscribing to what Modi, RSS, and Amit Shah wants them to. That's why this has happened.
Right. And I'm sure that there is a larger message behind the arrest of the co-owner of Gujarat Samachar, and I'm sure it is just not for Gujarat; it is for the entire country. In sensitive times like these, when FIRs are being lodged, the posts are being taken down or deleted. But what is the general condition, or what is the general health of the media, if I may ask? What is it like in Gujarat? Because what we read is that the media is very docile. They cannot report
It is
against the government
more or less
at
the
all.
same. It is more or less the same, but I would say the situation is a bit better than Delhi. The kind of Godi media outlets we see in Delhi and Mumbai, Gujarat is a bit better, I would say. There is some space to raise your concerns, raise your interest, raise your voice in Gujarati newspapers, particularly, more than Gujarati news channels. So it's not that bad, I would say. And if you are consistently fighting on the streets, we also get some bit of coverage. But these days, whether it is Gujarat or Delhi or Mumbai, most of the corporate houses have huge stake in the mainstream, so-called mainstream newspapers and news magazines and news channels. So, if I'm a corporate house and if I would like put in some 5,000, 10,000 crore, obviously they will be dancing to my tunes. So that's what has largely happened. And corporate forces across the country are solidly, all the corporate houses across India are like solidly with Amit side. They are with RSS and BJP. So it's not surprising what's
Right.
happening.
So, I mean, there is a lot of alternate media also now which reports on the opposition, which brings out people's voices. But how easy or difficult is it for the opposition in Gujarat to voice their concerns? If you have to conduct a protest, if you have to go on a long march or a yatra, does it get enough coverage in Gujarat? I'm talking about the traditional, the conventional,
There
and the
are
alternate.
there are good. youngsters in mainstream politics, mainstream media. So when the youngsters are fighting with the true spirit, when they're hitting the streets, the good journalists are always of the view that we should cover that. The situation is not that bleak, that dark, I would say. I became popular, or some of Hardik or Apes who were with me initially in 2017, they also became popular because of these news channels and media outlets, I would say. So it's not that bleak, but it could have been much better. We could have been getting much more space. And at the same time, I would say it should not be surprising to me or to anyone. It is the homeland of Mr. Modi and Amit Shah, so they would always pressurize the news channels and editors and journalists and everyone. They could be giving threat calls as well. I will not be surprised at all. There have been cases in the past where the journalists have received threat calls. They have been arrested. Like Prashant Dayal was, targeted a few years back. He was about to get arrested under the charges of sedition. So, yeah. So BJP will always be trying to pressurize journalists and editors. It's not surprising.
Right. But do you think that this is happening as a pattern in Gujarat? We also saw Mahesh Langa being arrested, and now it's Bahubali Shah. So is it now becoming a pattern that whoever is writing or speaking
I don't think. I don't
against the
think at the
establishment
moment.
gets
I don't think at the moment there is requirement on the part of the BJP to come up with any such pattern, because they have been able to successfully manage the media nationally and locally, vernacular media as well. So there is no such need on their part as such. They're like 60 to 80% space is always with BJP. We as a force of opposition get not that much of space. Definitely, we get better space than the Delhi, but still not that much space. So it is media is quite managed by BJP and Amit Shah, and also there is a kind of understanding on the part of the editors and journalists in Gujarat, in news channels in particular, and even in the newspapers as well, that there is not much point in raising a voice against Modi and Amit Shah. There will be calls from Delhi. There could be some raid coming up. There could be entry of ED and RSS officers in our office. So they understand. वो समझते हैं कि ज़्यादा होशियारी करने की जरूरत नहीं. The message is already conveyed to them long back.
But whenever events like these happen, or instances like these happen, if I may say, it happens because there is some kind of a change which is taking place in the society, and I'm talking about a political change in Gujarat. What we get to hear is that Congress is really working very hard to get a comeback in Gujarat. Even Rahul Gandhi has said that he's very hopeful about Gujarat elections, which are due now. What kind of a change really do you see in terms of a political change? That is Congress really on the recovery path in Gujarat?
So we have just started working on our organizational setup. There will be new district presidents coming up, new block presidents coming up in next 100 days or so. Already committees have been formed to identify the right kind of person who is dedicated, who is ideological, who has some guts to fight on the streets, who will not compromise with BJP, who will not be a shadi ka ghoda, who will be a race ka ghoda, as the terminology Rahul Gandhi uses. So that process is going on, and then it can't be all about the AICC and Rahul Gandhi. It is we Congress Party karyakartas and leaders have to be hitting the streets and working, day and night. It's up to us more than Rahul Gandhi. But hopefully there will be a substantial amount of recovery on the part of Congress. The first aim should be to become a credible opposition. And you become credible opposition when you consistently raise the concerns of the people at large, poor in particular. So once that happens, then people will get attracted and gravitated towards you, and then what you speak will have some weightage. If I, say nice things in the manifesto, but if there is no credibility, then it will not be convincing for the masses. So when you are consistent, and when you are constantly fighting for the people of Gujarat, you will become a credible face, and then there will be, a shift.
So the very fact that you are an MLA from Vadgam, and people have voted for you, and people are listening to voices like yours, Jignesh, what is the kind of hope now people have from Congress? Because earlier what we have read and what we have heard from the people, that people had blind faith in BJP. But what is happening with the people in Gujarat now? Do they see Congress as a credible opposition? Obviously, that is in process. But have the people started listening to Congress? Because there was a time when people had just blinded themselves towards Congress. So have they now started opening up for Congress in Gujarat?
So except the last election where Aam Aadmi Party ate away around 12 to 13% vote share of Congress Party, we generally are about 38 to 40% in terms of vote share. Meaning we are not very far away from BJP. BJP would be around 45, 46. We would be around 38, 39%. Right? So we have a lot of grassroots base. Our Karyakarta, even if we haven't been able to form the government for the past 2, 3 decades, they are solidly with us, which is nothing less than achievement. The people who have, shifted the gear, who have joined BJP, they are leaders, they are not Karyakartas. Karyakartas are intact. Our voters are intact. If we, work very hard, and if we are ready to show more guts, and if we are consistent, if we come up with a creative idea, innovative idea to create a better Gujarat, if our manifesto is attractive, appealing, and if we are able to take it to the masses, then the game is on.
But what is how are you hoping the next elections would shape up as? I mean, the state elections in Gujarat, is it
We are
going to
really hopeful
Congress be
about
in a
the
position
next
to give a
elections.
tough, will Congress be in a position to give a tough fight?
Yeah, definitely Congress give a tough fight. You will see a better opposition. You will see a fighting opposition. You will see opposition which is on the streets. You will see an opposition which is credible. That's the first thing that we want to achieve. Achieving power is one thing, but before that, we want to become a credible opposition. That's what the message that Rahul Gandhi said in in the speech that he delivered in the month of February, March, when he talked about the race ka goda, shadi ka goda, sleeper cell, B team, all that. In that speech, he categorically appealed to all of us, to the Congress Karyakartas, that just don't focus only about gaining power. Focus about becoming credible opposition. Respect the people of Gujarat. Shower love and affection on the people of Gujarat. Then they will definitely like you. That's what he meant. That's what he said.
What you said, and Rahul Gandhi also said, and he spoke about the sleeper cells in Gujarat when he was on his visit to Gujarat. He spoke about sleeper cells. Now, what about the sleeper cells within Congress as far as Gujarat is concerned? In the party reorganization of the structure which is happening, have the sleeper cells been able to get weeded out? Has that process begun to weed out the sleeper cells in Gujarat? Because there are many.
Without mincing the words, I would say still there is a B team. Still there are sleeper cells. Still people who have been hobnobbing with BJP are so far not eliminated or suspended from the party. That has to happen. That must happen. That's my feeling. That is a feeling of lakhs of Karyakartas in Gujarat. Hopefully that will happen. Rahul ji has clearly said he will, sideline all these people. In coming days, in coming month, you will see a lot of changes. But
No, so
if that
means that
doesn't
is
happen,
no, but does it mean that is there somebody in the party, in the state unit, who is identifying such people who are called sleeper cells, and then they will be weeded out? Has the process begun? I mean, the identification and then the weeding out.
uh, I'm yet to be consulted, but I already have identified few people. And Rahul ji said it must be on the basis of the intel that he has gathered, and AICC is also having some idea about certain people, and hopefully there will be some action.
Okay, so how soon can we expect this action?
In 3, 4 months or so. Next, right now
Three,
we are
4
focusing on building the party organization at the district and the taluka level. You will see more, energetic block presidents and district presidents, and then maybe there will be elimination program starting.
Okay. But, reaching out to the
I
media has
feel I
always
also
been
think
a
that
problem
happens.
for the opposition. No, I'm saying reaching out to the media has always been a challenge for the opposition, especially in Gujarat. Now, is a proper communication strategy also being formulated as to how you would reach out to the media in terms of narrative, in terms of methodology?
See, as I said, I've been repeatedly saying in this show that if you are on the streets, if you're raising the concern of the people of Gujarat, if you're fighting, then you will get some media coverage. Situation is not that bad. I would not blame the media all the time. But even if you work very hard, even if you're consistent, even if you are genuinely fighting for the people, it will be 70-30. because that's the era we are living in at the moment. Corporate giants across Gujarat, across India have collectively decided to be with RSS, BJP, Modi and Amit Shah. It's not going to change overnight. It will take a while. If we form the government in Gujarat, situation may change nationally. If we form the government in Delhi, situation may change in Gujarat. It's all connected. So most of the corporate houses have a lot of stake and interest in media groups these days. So ये मोदी जी का ही भोंपू बजाएंगे कुछ दिन तो ये चलेगा.
Right. Okay, so one final question before I wind up the interview, Jignesh, that what we are getting to know and what we are hearing, and those are, of course, unconfirmed reports, that is there a possibility of Adani taking over Gujarat Samachar? Because that is the point of discussion. If you look at social media, the only thing which is being discussed is that is Adani taking over Gujarat Samachar just as he took over NDTV?
If I say yes, it will give you a nice headline, but I don't have any evidence or concrete base to say so. But let us see. Situation will unfold in coming days. I don't think Gujarat Samachar is going to give up. I don't think so.
All right.
But that could be the interest on the part of Mr. Modi, Amit Shah, and Adani to take away such newspaper. It could be their desire, but it may not work out.
Right.
But if that happens,
right.
that will be really disaster for the people of Gujarat.
True. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what happens to Gujarat Samachar. And thank you so much, Jignesh, for joining on HW. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.